Good afternoon, friends. I've been trying to find a way to write about this, and I decided, you know what, I think I can do a better job speaking about it. So there's been a few incidents since I've been here in Jamaica. It's been 3 weeks I just love this country. I love the people. I love everything about it. But I just wanted to share with you, all week I was going to the marina to hang out and do my work and really enjoy the restaurant there, which is a beautiful space. It's part of a public marina that's all been refurbished. It's called the Errol Flynn Marina. And the restaurant has a swimming pool in it. And the swimming pool is for the people who come in on the boats from the marina. And they're all, so far, as I've seen, they've all been white people who swim and use the pool and use the restaurant and have drinks and food and so on. So all week I've been swimming in the pool. I don't have a boat. No one questioned that, of course, because my skin's white and I fit in. And I wasn't trying to get away with anything. In fact, the manager of the restaurant, who's Cuban, was so cool about everything. He said it was no problem for me to swim there. And I mean, it's just part of the restaurant, kind of, you know. It's the way they've set it up is really what I'm upset about. Well, actually, no. What I'm really upset about is what happened yesterday. So all week, so yesterday was Thursday, so that's the fourth day. So yesterday, I invited a friend of mine who's Black Jamaican, very dark, what you guys say, blue-black, you know, very dark-skinned Jamaican, to come there and meet me for a drink. So he came there, and he wasn't coming for a swim or anything like that. I was going to have a swim, and the security guard came up and told him that he has to tell me that the management says that I'm not allowed to swim in the pool. So he said, no, you need to tell her that, not me. That's not up to me to do that. So the security guard came and told me that, and I just was like, okay, because I knew that that was the rule, but I observed all week, and I did swim in the pool all week, and there was no problem. So I know that this changed because a Black person was with me in that bar. And there have been very, very few Black people in the bar. So to me, it's one of those spaces. This is only my opinion and my observation, but I observe that the management of the Errol Flynn Marina, and I hope Michael Lee Chin hears this, it seems to me that they're trying to keep that space very white in a country of Black people. And I'm very, very upset that they would, I don't care that they're calling on me to follow the rules. I'm cool with that. But I know the only reason they did that was because a Black man was with me. So that's the part that I'm really calling out, you know. So then we left and went to the beach. They have a beach, what do they call it? Bikini Beach, to go swimming there. And it was 5 to 5, and the security guard came, a woman, and said, we can't swim there because they're locking the gates. So this is another thing now, this is another issue, but it's like, what are you talking about? How can you lock the beach? First of all, like, that was always a public space for people from Port Antonio have gone swimming in that area. We used to call it the Reef. And the first hotel that was ever built in Jamaica for tourism was the Reef at that area, which burnt down. And then we always went swimming at the Reef, and it was a public space. So now they've made this other beach they call Bikini Beach, and they lock it up at 5 o'clock. And I'm like, what in the heck is going on? Are you telling me that the people of Port Antonio can't go and swim in their own public area because somebody decided to lock a gate at 5 o'clock at night?
On my favorite people, thank you for subscribing, and if it is your first time here with me, ensure you hit the subscribe button, comment, like, and share on the same. So in today's video, we are going to consider a video, a white woman who has come up very openly to talk about her experience, which she could almost swear that it was racism. So let me ask you, is our color going to define our relationships? Is it going to define our opportunities and experiences? Stay with me till the end of this video.
That just doesn't make sense to me at all. And you know, the sad thing is that hardly anybody is using that area because of all these rules. And I said to the security, like, this is Jamaica. What kind of rules are these? All these Jamaican rules. I've never heard of these rules before. What are you guys trying to do? I think you're trying to keep the public out of their own spaces. You're trying to keep that marina for the white people that come as tourists. And that is wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. That space is a public space. That's for the people of Port Antonio. And if you want to have your little swimming pool for the rich white people that come in on their yachts and get drunk and try to, no, I'm going to stop. Okay, I'm not going to go there. Take that back. If you want to do that, then build the swimming pool somewhere else. Don't have it in the restaurant that we all want to use. That's the only place in that whole area where you can get changed or do anything where there's a washroom. All the other washrooms they've built and the other public buildings they've built are all totally run down and not being used. And I'm calling out the Jamaica Tourist Board and whoever's running this Errol Flynn Marina to smarten up and get these buildings fixed and start allowing the public to come back in and use their space. That space shouldn't just be for the white people that come in on boats, the rich white tourists that come from all over the world. No, this is for Port Antonio, for the people that live here. So that's it for today, and I'm glad I got that out, and I'd love to hear from you. I know there are other people, especially in mixed race couples who are Jamaican, that experience this. The black partner gets interrogated and stopped and questioned, and the white person just walks right through. We have all the privilege in the world. Nobody ever stops us. Nobody ever says a damn thing to us. So I just feel sick that that's happening in this country. And I really want to call it out, and I want to have a discussion about it. I want to have a conversation. I want to start this conversation to really try to bring awareness. And if any of you are watching and listening and you know who I should be contacting in regards to the Errol Flynn Marina, which I understand Michael Lee Chin did a lot to redevelop that, but as far as I understand, that's still a public space. Who I should speak to, or if you know a person of influence, if you want to pass on my video to them so they know what's going on, I would really appreciate it. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Have a good day.
Welcome back once more, and I hope you followed the video till the end. You've seen the lady. Of course, she's a white lady. She came all the way from her home country to come and have a nice time in Jamaica, and she went to a nice restaurant where she was intending to have a nice time, just to chill, and she called her friend, who is a black one for that matter. He is black, and he called him over so that they can have a chill within the restaurant. So when the man came, they have a chat. Indeed, as usual, they had a chat. So she felt like she was willing to go and have a swim. So when she entered the pool, the manager sent a security guard to come and warn her that she is not allowed to swim in that swimming pool. So when the security guard came, he went straight to the man and told him that you should tell her that she's not allowed to swim in this swimming pool. But the companion told him that it is your business to tell the woman. So the woman was told that she's not allowed to swim, and they decided to go to another place to have a nice experience. So they decided to go to open space, which is a public space. They believe that it was a public space and there is no limitation in that, since the marina restaurant was only occupied by most of them are the whites. The whites are the one who are having nice time there. They were allowed to swim, they were allowed to race their boats inside there. And despite that experience, the woman goes on and say that after watching for some time, she noticed that even when she had no boat, she was allowed to swim without the black man who accompanied her on the previous day when she was not allowed to swim inside there, even despite the fact that she was not having a boat. So when they went to another place, that is a Bikini Beach, they were told that the area is locked. So I'm going to ask you people, this is a public space. Why are the Jamaicans being locked away from their public spaces? Why are the blacks experiencing such humiliation? I mean, being black is just having plenty of melanin in your skin, and being chocolate, it is just melanin popping in your skin. So it should not bar you from entering into any public space just because they are foreigners who are traveling to come and tour in your own country. So I feel like it is not fair for the Jamaicans, the black Jamaicans, to be barred from entering into these public spaces. How I wish that this white lady could have recorded the situation so that we can see to ourselves, because this incident is quite funny. It is incredibly funny, and it is hard to believe that there is such people who are still holding back to racism and the backward way of interaction. I mean, racism was indeed a thing, but it should have ended. I mean, when will it end? And when will we continue living as normal human beings and stop putting out things like you are white and you are black? And the difference is only on the complexion. I mean, it is just a combination of melanin and the intensity of melanin in it. There is nothing big about it, and I believe all humans are having red blood that makes us one. And to the motto, the Jamaican motto, out of many, one. We should be one, and there should there should be nothing to separate the Jamaican, since we are one and we are made of the same people. This story reminds me of a South African experience in those years in the 1977 there, when Winnie Mandela was arrested. She was banished. The state decided to banish her since she was fighting against the very disturbing omen that is racism. She was banished by the state and went to Brantford, a very remote area where people spoke different language from her, and this was meant to torture her mentally, physically, and everything. The torture that she went through was not a good one. It was quite hard, and she endured all those hardship, and she was resilient all through to fight this disease that is affecting most of us. So in Brantford, Winnie Mandela realized that the entrances were different. There was entrance for the whites and there was entrance for the blacks. And when you go for shopping in Brantford, there are certain shops that distinguishes the whites from blacks. That is, when the white come to purchase anything, she's allowed to enter into that shop and she's allowed to interact with the goods. But when it comes to the blacks, they were only allowed to shop in very tiny windows that were made before that shop. So they were not allowed to freely shop, and they were not allowed to return the goods. And Winnie Mandela really opposed this notion. My dear people, as I come to conclude this video, when is color going to define our relationships, our opportunities and experiences? I mean, you are not even allowed to freely date because you are fearing intimidation and humiliation on your partner and spouse. So see you in the next video.